midnight.
David Koresh?
He said he was the next coming of Jesus. He claimed to be Jesus.
Well, now he's the next coming of going in hell.
Yeah.
He's probably in hell.
But yeah, that's a big one too. He got a bunch of people to follow him into his own compound and everything else. And that was a whole clusterfuck. Because everything, the Branch Davidian is what they were called.
Yeah.
But the ATF, basically, they couldn't get them for anything else. So they just knew
51-day siege by the ATF.
The ATF knew that they had a bunch of guns. So that's what they went in for.
For allegations of weapon stockpiling.
Yep. And they had a massive shootout. A couple ATF people got killed. I mean, 51 days this was on the news every single day.
Oh my
all
God.
day long.
Burned down.
Yep, and they
killing 86 people.
Well, that's a thing too. So they drove a tank. They drove a tank into the side wall of this building to try to get the people. They were trying to smoke them out. They were trying to throw smoke. I'm telling you, dude, it was
Look at this photo, bro.
What the hell?
Yeah. So they literally, like this side of this building right here. I can't see my cursor, but yeah, you see the side of the building is halfway down in the corner. You take your cursor straight up.
Jesus Christ.
No,
Yeah.
the building that's burning.
Oh, right there?
Yeah, the bottom corner, the bottom left corner, the floor, the ground floor. They drove a tank into that. Boom.
I think you can see it right there, huh?
What the?
Yeah. They drove a tank into that, and they were shooting gas. They were trying to gas them out.
Oh, right here. Here's a photo right before it happened. Let me get it up here.
And just share it. Share your screen or whatever. It's popping up fine.
Okay.
But yeah, they and the fire. They said the fire started from within the building.
Yeah. Look at the tank right there.
Yeah, they drove a freaking tank into the building, dude, and it was gassing them. And the gas.
There's 2 tanks.
Everything ignited. For 51 days, all these people was in there. They had kids and stuff in there too.
Inside this place?
Yep.
They stayed there for 51 days.
Yep. They were trying to starve them out. They was trying to do everything they could. They was trying to get them to come out peacefully, and some of them did. Some of them did leave. David Koresh allowed people to leave. A certain amount of people.
Crazy, bro.
There was a certain amount of kids and women that got out. And the rest of them were a lot of men and I mean, several women and stuff too that chose to stay and fight. And there was a massive gunfight. I mean, like I said, they killed killed and wounded a couple ATF people. And then burnt the place to the ground from the inside out, supposedly.
Jesus Christ.
And that's
crazy.
That sparked a lot of
That's
stuff.
really crazy.
You want to talk about a rabbit hole. That incident was considered a massive failure on the government and the ATF for the way they handled that situation. So much so, have you heard about the Oklahoma City bombing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The guy that blew up the Oklahoma City building, his name was Timothy McVeigh. He's alive. He was alive. They took him alive and arrested him. The reason why he said he did it?
Oh my God!
The reason why he said he blew up that was because Waco, Texas, the Branch Davidian, because of the way he was blowing up an ATF building because of the way they handled it. He's on camera in Waco,
bro.
When it happened,
half of this building is all from the bombing, dude. Look at that.
That's Waco. That's Oklahoma City. The guy that did this bombing was on site, on camera in Waco, Texas, as a younger man. And he went and blew this.
There?
Yep, he was there because he was like, he's got a crazy backstory too.
Yeah, there's a.
He got a crazy backstory too, but yeah, they had everything quarantined off way down the road. Yeah, he's there, on camera. He does an interview on camera, like support, like
Army soldier.
Yep, and when he blew up the Oklahoma City and they arrested him, he cited Waco sparked his idea to get back at the government. Because he didn't think that they handled that situation right. That's
That
a
is
whole
crazy.
rabbit. That's a big rabbit hole. But yeah, so that Waco, Texas sparked also the Oklahoma City bombing. So there's all kinds of lives
Oh my God,
that was taken
man.
from one incident.
What did he use?
Look
to
at him, dude.
disintegrate
He
half
don't
the
even
building.
look right in the head, bro.
So
Yeah.
Ears.
so he parked a rider truck in front of the building, and the whole entire rider truck was filled with explosives. Now that's at Waco. That's Timothy McVeigh sitting outside of Waco, Texas. See that's during he's there. Look at the caption.
Oh my God.
McVeigh went to Waco during the standoff. He cited Waco, Texas as the reason for him doing the bombing. Sure did.
Jesus Christ. My Lord.
To get back
shit?
at
my
the
Lord.
government. That's a rabbit hole, dude.
1990.
Scroll back
That's
up.
what was
I want to go back to that top caption where you said how many? 160 what?
168.
You got it. It's wrong. There's still a mystery
Mhm.
about that. Yep, there's still a mystery. Let me tell you the greatest mystery in the Oklahoma City bombing. You ready for this one? This one's kind of
What's
hurts
that?
kind of hurts
Let's
my
hear it.
heart
What is
a
it?
little bit. There's 168 and a half.
And a half.
Yes.
A baby?
Nope. There was a daycare in the bottom of that, so yes, there is a lot of kids involved. Like 19 kids were also killed in that. There was a day because it was a government.
19 children.
Yep.
Yeah.
There was a
I
government.
legit just-
So this is a serious, like this is
believe that.
legit. So they were pulling bodies and stuff out of the building, survivors at first, and then of course it became a recovery thing. So they got all these people, they got all these bodies and stuff out.
Mhm.
Some of them were in pieces. I don't want to be too
God.
graphic from the explosion, right? So they identified everything that they could, and they started having burials. Well, the problem is it was early stages of DNA and stuff like that back then. So some of the parts they were identifying through DNA. Some of the parts were just by the clothing and stuff that was left on them. If it matched, they put them in there. So this lady was buried in pieces,
Ugh.
and a month or so later, they're digging through the rubble, and they find her leg.
Oh,
So whose leg was she buried with? That DNA has never been found or matched to anybody. There's one leg that they've never been able to identify. All 668 people are named and accounted for. They have their DNA, they have everything, but
There's just a random leg.
there is one person or one leg, one body part that they have no clue who it is, where it came from, nothing. So the theory is there was a possible homeless person or something that was there around the area. They have no clue. They still to this day do not know whose leg that was.
God.
So they leave
That's
it out.
crazy.
They leave it out. They say 168 when technically there's 169, but they don't have a clue who that other person is. Still to this
Yeah,
day.
it says
fucked.
on the morning of April 19th, 1995, an ex-Army soldier, security guard named Timothy McVeigh,
It was 2 years
parked
after
a rented
Waco.
Ryder truck in front of Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building in downtown Oklahoma. Inside the vehicle was a powerful bomb made out of a deadly cocktail.
It was hit.
Agricultural fertilizer, diesel fuel, and other chemicals.
There was only 2 people
McVeigh
ever
got
arrested.
out, locked the door, and headed towards his gateway. He ignited one timed fuse and then another. At precise 9:02 a.m., the bomb went off, exploded. Oh my God! It looked like a war zone, and a third of the building had been reduced to the rubble,
Yeah.
with many floors flattened like pancakes. Dozens of cars incinerated, and more than 300 nearby buildings were damaged or destroyed.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Man.
168
Jesus Christ.
souls lost, including 19 children, with several hundred more injured.
Yeah, there was a daycare facility in the bottom of it for the government workers to put their kids in while they were at
It
work.
was the worst act of hometown terrorism in the nation's history,
Yeah.
coming on the heels of the World Trade Center bombing in New York.
The first
2 years ago.
the first bomb set the first one. The World Trade Center
Bomb?
was yep, the World Trade
Oh
Center
yeah,
was
that's right.
They tried to bomb
They
it
did try bombing it first.
first, and then the
Yeah.
2011 they did planes. But yep. But yeah, this man, he was arrested trying to get out of Oklahoma City, or he was pulled over by a cop trying to leave the city, and they let him go because they didn't
He was
have
arrested just 90 minutes after the bombing
Yeah.
for a concealed weapon.
Yeah. That's it. That's what.
He
That's
had a
what.
concealed weapon when was arrested. That's what caught him.
Yeah.
Pulled over 80 miles north of Oklahoma City. Jeez.
Yeah, read that. The agents found traces started that and looked down there. It said they learned about McVeigh's extremist ideologies and his anger over the events at Waco 2 years earlier.
Yeah.
So that cult of David Koresh sparked Oklahoma City bombing. It's just crazy how stuff unfolds like that.